We have an expansion to Small Samurai Empires, and this is called The Rise of Tokugawa. And if you're not familiar with the original game, this played 2 to 4 players and takes about 45 to 90 minutes to play. And this is a fairly simple game to learn, but it does offer a lot of depth. The basics of this game is that you're going to be playing across 2 different boards. The first board is a map of Japan where players are going to be taking turns putting action tokens out on the board, and you're going to be performing the action that is outlined on the board. You're going to be putting those action tokens upside down because the second phase of each round, you're going to be flipping up those tokens and then performing the action that is on the bottom of that action token. So there's a few things you'll want to take in consideration as you're placing your action tokens, and these action tokens will get resolved in a particular order, either from the bottom of Japan to the top or vice versa, depending on the round. So you'll also want to consider that when performing your actions. The different actions will allow players to put armies out on the board or attack other players' armies, removing them from the board, or gaining resources that they can spend to perform some other actions, such as building castles or putting out additional units. And the whole goal of this is to control different spaces on the map, because the number of spaces that you control in a region will gain you that much influence in that region. Players will also be spending destiny cards throughout the game to modify the value of the influence in each area. So some of these tracks might be worth more than others when you get to the end of the game and the victory points are scored. And the process of playing the different destiny cards, putting out your action tokens, and then resolving those tokens is going to happen several times, because there's 3 rounds in the game, each representing an era. And then each era has 2 phases where you're going to be placing and resolving action tokens. The new campaign will be offering a few new items, including a solo mode, a 5th player, as well as a playmat and deluxified components. But it's also going to be adding new units to the mix that you can put out on the board, and the different units will each have their own special abilities and scoring potentials. In addition to these different units, this expansion will also add unique player abilities. This is another one of those games that I'm super interested in. Not only do I love the look and theme that it's offering, but I also think this has a very elegant design, and it has a very simple rule set, but with a lot of depth. And if you are interested, make sure to click that notify me button, because they are throwing in some free sleeves if you back in the first 72 hours.